All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another WPG Academy session with none other than Eriko Daimo. Eriko, thank you so much for coming back once again to support the guys here at the Academy. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me, Tim. I'm very happy to be here.
You're very welcome. We've got a load of percussion action this evening, but yeah, tell me a little bit about what you've been up to recently. I know you're about to go on holiday, so vacation time.
Yes, I mean this this season was a little crazy, many concerts, which is I'm so happy to be back because with a baby it's not the easy thing to organize.
I understand.
Yes. And I just came back from Nashville marimba session in Nashville, and 53 students were there, and me, Marta, Michael Varit, and Jihe organized it. And that was wonderful. And I have a little bit of a problem with my voice because of the maybe party too much or talk too much.
me too. As you can probably tell, we can get through it together. That's great. All right. Well, we should start. We're going to start with some multi percussion actually. So we're going to start with Sergio from Mexico. Sergio has a translator as well, just so you know.
Hey, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Sergio, do you want to tell Eriko a bit about yourself and what you're going to present?
Okay. Yeah, my name is Sergio. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Mexico. I am currently studying in the university in la Universidad Autónoma de Zacatecas in Mexico. And I'm happy to meet you. And I'm a little nervous. Something about my piece. Actually, is my first performance with this piece. So I'm happy.
All right. And Sergio is going to be playing Crossover by a British composer called Jan Bradley. And we'll cue the video up. Now, this one I had a few issues earlier, so if you can't see it properly, Eriko, just tell me and I'll try again. All right, here we go. I'm just going to pop up. All right. Over to you, Eriko. Sergio, are you there?
Yes.
Hopefully.
Well, Sergio,
He's
are you here? Is he here?
maybe not. We'll just chat for a minute. Did the sound come across okay?
Okay.
You can hear
Well,
it? Sergio, hello. If not, we'll just chat.
yes.
Let's chat. So tell me about your teaching. I believe you're traveling to New York these days.
Yes. So I teach as a Juilliard Pre-College and New York University.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've been having a great time there. Yeah, I'm so fortunate to be with them.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
and
great. How often do you go?
yes, once every month.
Uh-huh.
Usually, yes, and stay there a few days. So I leave my house 3:30 a.m. Then arrive New York 3:30 p.m. Start teaching right away. And
Very
then
cool.
yes. Okay, so Sergio is back.
Hey,
I,
I'll leave you
sorry.
to it. I'll stay here in case we have any more problems.
Great. Okay, Sergio, wonderful playing. Congratulations.
Bien, felicidades.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good energy and good rhythm feeling.
Muy buen sentido del ritmo.
Yes. So tell me about your idea of this piece. Like, what you think about this piece, or background of music, or anything. What you know about this music?
Que le digas algo sobre lo que tú piensas sobre esta pieza, ya sea sobre el trasfondo o sobre la historia o algo sobre esta pieza, lo que sientes sobre ella.
Yo siento que es un tipo de historia porque se va juntando con que los ciertos grupos, ciertos patrones se van juntando al final. Y a lo mejor crea una conversación con ciertos acentos. Y, o sea, para mí es más, yo creo que visual esta pieza. Y
ya, espera. He feels like it's like a story because some patterns are accumulating, and at the end of the piece they are like interlapping. So it's more like a story that's being told. And he says that it's also very visual. ¿Qué más?
Y sobre cosas técnicas, a lo mejor tiene ciertos retos técnicos de sí.
Okay. Yes, there are some technical difficulties that some notes must sound like the same, played in different times. So he thinks that's the technical obstacle.
I see. So Sergio, what you think about this piece? Do you think this piece is like fast music with slow changes, or slow playing music with many different changes?
Que si piensas que es música rápida con cambios de golpe fuertes, bueno, eso lo entendí. O que si piensas que es una música lenta.
Yo lo percibo más por los fraseos o los acentos que tiene, que son que yo lo pienso como melodía, eso, tan, 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 pam, pam. Bueno, todo eso, los acentos yo lo pienso más como una melodía. Ahí, no que sea música a lo mejor rápida, sino más bien como que canta esas partes, ¿no?
He says he feels it's like a sing melody. He perceives it like a melody, not like a fast music, but just like a a melody with different accents.
I see. That's great. Yes, everyone has a different opinion for that, and it's very ambiguous. But this has a very much repetition of same rhythm pattern, right? And the structure wise, A, B, A, it's some transformation. But it's for me, it's kind of fast music with slow changes, not so much changes. That's
Que para ella es
what I
como,
felt.
pero con cambios lentos, no tantos cambios.
Oh, ok.
Creo que es más como... Hay gente que lo percibe de manera distinta.
And I totally agree how you feel about the melodic, music. This, yes, in a way, yes, it's kind of slow as if you think about the melody. But for the hand-wise, repetition of the 16th most of the time, then changing to 30-second. Correct?
Could you repeat the last part of it, please?
Yes, of course. So for the melody line, yeah, dun 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 dun. Only if you think about the melody line, yes, it is not fast. But for the hand-wise, this is always right repetition of fast rhythm and changing to the 30 seconds, right?
Ajá. O sea que para la melodía sí realmente no es música rápida, pero para la parte como rítmica es como más rápido. Ajá. Okay. Pero que sí, que dices en cuanto a la melodía, que sí, eso no es música rápida. Ajá.
So for me, I take this as a fast music, but with the slow changes, with many repetition of the simple rhythm.
Ajá.
Right?
Que toma como una música rápida con varios cambios con varias repeticiones, como con varios ciclos que se repiten.
Okay.
And yes, so of course, technically, it is not easy thing to do because your hands always have to do work. And then changing to 30 seconds, and then some eighths not triplets, but most of the time 16th or 30 seconds, very fast.
Pues sí, que tienes por ejemplo, tresillos o las semicorcheas o notas, que sí necesitan como dificultades técnicas porque sí. Ajá. Entonces, pues hay que trabajar en eso. Ajá.
And Sergio, as I mentioned, how you play, that was I felt really nice melodic line, but what I was missing was passion and spiritual excitement because of simple lines repetition.
Que sí estaba escuchando la melodía, pero que le faltaba como la excitación espiritual y como emocional, apasionada, de los patrones rítmicos, ¿no? Como si de las veces que se repite, como que a lo mejor eso le faltaba, pero que la melodía sí la percibí.
No, ok. Sí. Y por ejemplo, ¿a qué se refiere con espiritual?
He wants to know what you mean by like spiritual or passionate, just like the feeling, the emotion, the interpretation.
Yes, feeling. So as an example, I feel, do you know the music is called Lauda Concertata, composed by Akira Ifukube?
Que si conoces la música que trata louder, que es como fuerte. Who's the composer, sorry?
Akira Ifukube. He's a composer. So he's a composer of the movie Godzilla.
Él es compositor de la película Godzilla.
Original
he doesn't
one.
know music.
Yeah. using the very same, I just gave you the idea for the marimba concerto because of the percussion, piece, and it's very simple line and lots of repetition of a simple line, and because of that, I think it's a human nature to hearing the same rhythm and pattern again and again and again. Yes, it's memorable. So
Like
our
a trance.
body, yeah.
Mhm.
Should
Yes?
I keep going? Yes.
No, sorry, we're listening.
So our body naturally connected to that groove
Mhm,
and get excited, and
mhm,
that excitement build up and explode together with because of that simple line. And
mhm,
I think this piece has that.
mhm. Okay, let me tell him esto que se refiere a lo de la espiritualidad es como que por la simple repetición rítmica constante, como que está en la misma naturaleza humana, de ir sintiendo como que esta repetición, este ritmo, como que se va impregnando y te va como causando cierto furor o cierta excitación espiritual, no emocional. Entonces, ella habla sobre esa, está hablando, me parece que de una canción de marimba, y dice que tiene algo similar también, como es muy estable, pero es repetición rítmica mucho, mucho, mucho. Entonces, como que esa repetición te va exaltando, ¿no? Como yo le sugería a ella la palabra trance, como entrar en un trance por la misma repetición rítmica. Okay.
So it might be interesting for you to think about how to build this up, that excitement, and where the climax is. And
Que sería pensar dónde está el clímax de la canción y cómo lo podemos ir trabajando esto.
and how you can change the first time theme, second time theme, or when the theme came back in the end, how you can play that. You can of course decide to play exact same, or you can decide to play something different.
Que también hay que decir, por ejemplo, de la parte del tema, cuando aparece la primera vez, vuelve a aparecer, que cómo lo vas a tocar, que puedes tocarlo ya sea de la misma manera, pero también lo puedes tocar de una manera distinta. Entonces, hay que ver, trabajar eso, ¿no? Y ver dónde está el clima.
And one advice, or experiment you can try is, great friend of mine, Ken Denard. He's a fantastic drum set player. He was professor at the Berkeley when I was a student in Boston, and one of his class had 16th note practice to decide where the climax is. So you play 16th with 120, just simple 16th note, tiki 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 tiki, and decide, okay, let's do 16th notes in 5 minutes, or start with 1 minute and decide the climax of that 16th note. For example, you can try, okay, today, right now, I'm gonna make the 16th climax in 40 seconds, then digression. Or you can decide, I decide very ending is the climax. So make same exact dynamics, just emotion, the climax of that performance, of that 16th to control. It's interesting.
Ajá. Ok. Que un amigo de ella, que es percusionista también, le dijo que pues una forma de practicar es que a lo largo, por ejemplo, de 1 minuto estés tocando solamente semicorcheas y que mantengas como así simples semicorcheas, sin ni nada. Y que tú decidas dónde quieres que vaya el clímax. Por ejemplo, decir a los 40 segundos quiero que aquí esté el clímax, y entonces tú vienes tocando de todo igual, pero que de alguna manera logres llegar hasta los 40 segundos, ¿no? A lo mejor con la dinámica, ya después hacer tu dinámica para llegar al clímax, pero que lo puedes decidir así, o decir, pues yo quiero que el final hasta el último sea mi clímax. Entonces, ¿cómo haces ese clímax, no? Para diferenciarlo del resto de las semicorcheas, pero que todo lo hagas en semicorcheas.
Okay.
Yes, so that you can start practicing to just for fun. And you can think about how you are changing to make the climax without the pressure of if you're not changing so much dynamics. How can you make the climax happening, and how you can build up that emotion? And that's also exact repetition of the simple rhythm, right? Same as what you just played, right? So that you can start with 1 minute, next day 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, and decide climax. That you can do. And one more thing is, when you get the 30-second part, the groove changed a little bit. Groove change is fine, but don't change the pulse. Feel can be different. Feel can be different. Feel can change, but you need to keep the tempo, the pulse as well. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
And how, Sergio, you got the idea of sing the melodic line? That's great idea, and I really totally agree. So do that even more.
Okay.
All right. Great. Well, Sergio, thank you for your translation as well. Sorry, the link in Mexico has not been quite good tonight, but if you need to catch any information, you can go back on YouTube and listen to it all again. So,
yes, thank you very much.
Great. Well done. All right. You're welcome. We're going to go to Colombia now. David.
Colombia now.
I believe so, although everyone's having an issue with their picture tonight. David, are you there?
I'm here, but I don't know why my camera...
It's not working. Okay, we're going to move on then. We're going to go to Alison from Mexico.
Mexico? Hi, Alison. Hola.
Hey, Alison.
Hola, hi. I remember you. But I don't know if you remember me. You had in the 2015 in Chiapas in the course. Yes, I remember you, and I am happy.
Thank you.
Yes, I am from the center of Mexico, and I studied with Israel Moreno in Chiapas. My master, but I studied in Morelia my bachelor with, I don't know if you know Miguel Gonzalez from Tambuco. He was my teacher, and I'm going to play three fragments of different pieces because I want to know about the role. I think I have problems with the role normally, and I don't know how I moved a bit. I don't know how to control when I change in another chord or in another interval or something like that. Then I put these parts in for you, and you can tell me some advice or some way to improve the role or the technique of the role.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Shall we hear the extract? Yes. Here we go.
Yeah, the Alison, great, beautiful, beautiful tremolo, and Lord. And first of all, thank you very much for remembering me from the Mexico 2015. Did you say? Great.
Yes.
Yes, I've been there many times, and Mexico is always in my heart. It's a very special place for me. Yes, it's like um, it's fully charged me every time. And the people are so nice. Music is beautiful. Food is delicious. Like everything in Mexico is so beautiful. And there are so many wonderful players in there. So, and I'm glad. And thank you for telling me that Mexico story. Yes. And about the trip,
Thank you too.
you are doing great. But for me, tremolo can be many different way to approach. For me, when I have tremolo, I usually think about the vibrato, like like for the strings player do vibrato sometimes, right? And sometimes they don't do, right? That's how I feel, and it's one of the most um, obvious way to share our interpretation of the music with a tremolo, I feel. And you told me is an expert of Niflheim as well as Land, and those are two very different pieces. No, that was not Land, that was Chain, right? Was that?
Chain.
Was that Chain?
Chain.
Yeah, Chain, yeah, that
Mhm.
Chain and Niflheim. And for Niflheim, that's such a technical music and busy stuff. Then finally
Mhm.
arrived to that most beautiful part of the music, that section. So I would imagine little more sensitive touch is like try to play, try to touch something very fragile because harmony is already very, very beautiful and the music suddenly became softer. So I would probably do extreme of the change. So, and it's very relaxed, and which is good. We always need to be relaxed. But probably you can do a little bit more slow touch. Do you have access with the instruments or not?
Can you repeat me?
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. I was wondering you have access to the instruments now, but probably not. Yes, that's totally fine. Okay. So,
Yes,
no,
yes,
it's okay. It's okay.
I have access. That is,
Okay.
that is okay.
I would probably do a little more slow approach for that. And for the chain, that's very catchy, groovy music. And in the middle, that's criminal section up here, right? In there, I think we are not supposed to change the tempo. I don't know. You didn't share the music before and after, so I don't know how you connect that from the before section to that place. So I am not sure how you do, but the tempo seems like a little too slow and mild. And I'm there. I think it's still going. Right? How can we recognize that? Of course, with the music, some composer writes a tempo change and some more information, but we have to recognize what composer wants, right? And what kind of tremor. Is it supposed to just sustaining note or supposed to be like vibrato string like string orchestra does vibrato, like that kind, or like opera singer does vibrato, that's kind of sustaining, or someone screaming, that's kind, or like string orchestra doing that's good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there are
great.
many different types. So that's what you can think about first, and you need to hear the sounds in your head to decide. As an example, I'm trying to think. Yeah, let me share some example on the marimba. Okay.
Okay.
One second. Tim, would you check the sounds would be okay on marimba?
Yeah, it sounds okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it okay? Sounds okay?
Yeah,
See?
fine.
Okay, it's
Yes.
probably not the best sounds, but just just as an example. So, for example, one of my favorite opera, Cavalleria Rusticana, Intermezzo. After a dramatic story and sequence, this beautiful melody coming in. Right? It's a beautiful melody. But I don't want to do too much vibrato because the harmony is so beautiful. If I do too much vibrato, like if I think about expressive with a lot of vibrato, I would probably play. You know, changing the speed of the tremolo very much. Of course, I don't prefer to do same speed of the tremolo all the time. I always like to change the speed of the tremolo, but how much is, how much changing is for me effect to the interpretation of the tremolo. For the other marimba repertoire, Marley, for example, I'm actually not doing so much because I want to keep it simple. But as an example, like finale. I don't remember. I suddenly don't remember the harmony of the Mirage. Here, okay. The finale of the Mirage, after movement, the grand finale, like kabuki actress on the stage to show the ending. Like this, I use like faster stroke, faster tremolo, but yes, of course, changing the speed, but not not all the time slow, like probably changing speed to like ultimate slow to the fast because to share the extreme finale. You understand? And for example, other example, also depending on what kind of mallets you're using too. As an example, I have a concert in 10 days, no, in 2 weeks in Japan, and I'm leaving to Japan in 10 days. But in there, one of the pieces I'm playing is called Dai Dai by Dai Fujikura. It's marimba solo with 3 percussion player. It's so beautiful piece. But the first section is a lot of tremolo, and he connects tremolo to the rhythm. So sustaining the note inside of the note, this rhythm, this became the tremolo. Rhythm again. Like this. So this, and it's this pattern keep going like more than 5 minutes. How I can change that? Of course, speed of the tremolo and the touch of the tremolo, and of course volume too, and pressure. That's many things we can change. And of course we need to know where the music is going. Is that that tremolo part is a resting part, like between the, like for example, chain. This is a transition like before slow section, right? So of course, if you do like suddenly slow tremolo, scene change too much. So we cannot connect the music. But you need to know what's happening next. So yes, to connect that, how can you do that? That's you can think about. And simple line. La di di da di da di da. Boo doo di 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 di. Maybe keeps a pulse and tempo. Then ta di da di finally. La, la. In there you can like slowly make the tremolo too slow too. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other question?
I think I'm going to think about this. Is great to know how the difference between that you are saying with vibrato or the note that sing in one note or
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. So for me, hearing the sounds is most important. You need to have the clear idea of what kind of sounds you're looking for. For me, it's not only the tremolo part. Everywhere for the music to playing, I have to have the clear idea of the sounds. Otherwise, it will take extra time. And usually, I know what kind of I want. But sometimes when I'm doing practice, I notice, it might not suitable to have that kind of sounds. So unless you try, we never know actually. But have the clear idea of how you sing. And for the Niflheim, you have ta-da, dee-da, that's a beautiful line, right? And if I remember correctly, he didn't put a crescendo before in the beginning, right? For me, making the crescendo is much easier than keeping no crescendo, keeping the same volume, and that's harder because music is going and our passion is going up as well. But keep the same volume, then your expressive can appear more even. Do you understand what I mean? Because we want to say this, but
Yes.
I'm holding it. That should appear to the music,
Right.
and that should appear on your speed of tremolo and the speed and the touch of the tremolo. So pay attention that dynamics as well. Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
Great playing, Alison. I want to hear
Right.
entire music
Yes.
next time.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Nice one, Alison. All right, let's see if David's got his camera back. Hola.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, the floor is yours. Do you want to introduce yourself and what you're going to play?
Hi, my name is David. I'm from
Hi, David.
Colombia. I'm studying percussion in Universidad del Valle. I'm finishing my bachelor. I'm preparing my recital. And this piece is Rhythmic Caprice by Stevens. And I have been playing marimba like 3 years, maybe. And I'm starting this piece like 2.5 months ago. It's not complete yet, but I want to like prepare all these recital with you, with the coaches in general of the academy. So I think that's it. Thank you.
All right. Nice one, David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, Eriko, did you get my message?
Yes, I just received. Just remember,
If you demonstrate, just make sure you come back to the computer to talk because it's quite far away.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
All right.
Okay, David, right? Yeah, hi, David.
Yeah.
Great playing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So, David, this piece is for me it's interesting piece of the showing marimba. Like marimba can it's sharing possibilities of marimba. Like, we can do like this, we can do this thing, we can do this thing. You know, it's like so interesting. And yes, of course, musically simple, but we can do many things of it technically and sound wise. And David, remembering this piece is not easy thing, and you are doing great. And you have a good groove. But a few things I can share with you. First, very basic. First, posture. It's a hard piece, but you need to be always find comfortable position of yourself. In the first,
Okay.
you are doing this a little tight shoulder with a little unstable leg. So, make sure you keep yourself nice, comfortable, and also doing some hard thing, you need to be always comfortable. So not this, not this. Keep nice and tall. Keep nice and tall yourself. Also doing squat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a good exercise too for your body. So
Yeah. Actually, Pius say the same the last class to work my squat.
so maybe you can start doing squat very often without marimba to play this.
Yeah, and try.
Because it's very important to be comfortable, you know. Otherwise, we cannot have the comfortable sounds. Yeah. And so that's the one thing. The second, yes, it's everything related, but really related thing. Fast sounds. The sound harmony is not very tonal. We cannot recognize right away, especially with rim shot, right? Then finally, the major 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth measure, you have actual sounds. So that contrast you can share, like, yes? I miss everything.
Me too.
Then finally has a note, actual sounds. But this need to be very comfortable. Then this we need to start a groove.
Yeah.
And stable. You know?
Yeah.
That you can work on. And then now direction of the sounds, because this has so many different type of the sounds already not hitting the bars, using here, using rim shot, and using actual tone. So you have so much variety of the sounds you can create. Not only three-way, not only like hitting marimba sounds, hitting this sounds, or rim shot, not only that. Okay, hitting marimba with what kind of sound? That it seems like you are having only one for each. And most of the time, yes, your rhythm is good, but most of the time, direction of the sound is going down. So
Okay.
if you can imagine, if you do like this, 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 or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, we can create many different type of sound, not only the volume, right? Because of the touch,
Okay.
especially for us, we are directly touching to the instruments through the mallets, right? So we can definitely have many different kind of the sound by our touch, right? So
Yeah.
that you can think about for this. Yes, it can be super, super, super colorful.
Yeah.
So direction of the sounds you can think about. And then now, transition of the pattern. Technically, this is hard. Or the physically especially. Like, I don't know I can play or not, but let me try. Yeah, like here. Oh, it's on the chair. It's on the chair. I hit the chair. So I have to know here. Okay. You understand? You understand? No.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
smoother. Like for me, seeing this piece physically, I remember I'm probably different generation, but I think about the. Do you know movie Matrix?
Yeah,
You
of
know
course.
the Matrix.
It's the same.
That's
Yeah.
movement, I remember, you have to be quick. But again,
Okay. It's a good reference.
so again, you really need to be stable and you need to be comfortable. Your leg,
Yeah.
then you can switch from. Now I had a chair. I'm at the Pius's office, so he had a chair behind the marimba, so I hit my leg. But now I know where I'm going, so I can switch without changing the tempo or losing the groove. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
There are many
Yeah.
places that you make your body to be, go easy way. Change the tempo and, have some, moment to, go to next section. No, 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 no. Let the music keep going.
It's
Yeah,
the same
same
groove.
groove. Yeah,
It's the
same
same
groove.
groove.
And then,
Totally.
yeah, and also you need to think about the phrasing, of course, always. Lam, la lam, la lum, dum. This is a melody line, right? On top of it. How do you sing it? Dum, ba lam, la lum, bang. Yes, those have accent, but everything shouldn't be same volume.
The same.
No, right? You need to make phrasing. Inside of that, of course, you need to have a different color of the sounds by your touch. If you do la, da da, da da, da, suddenly, then that's not gonna make the phrase, right? So you can
Yeah.
practice only that melody line first to know how you create da 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 dun dun dum pam lapat la di da da din da da dan da da dun da 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 di dan dan la la dan dan la la dan da 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 da. You understand? Long phrase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then after that, you have a rampa. That's such a easy harmony, Just then, right? Then what can you do? Long crescendo or just tan 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 or tan 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 tan. What can you do?
Okay.
It's what you do. What do you think?
The second one actually. Pam 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 pam.
Then now you decided because of looking at only that moment, right? But
Yeah.
if you think about the long phrase, music has to be from end first to the end. Need to be one big phrase, right? We need to know
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
music is going, right? So
Yeah.
that moment, if you think decrescendo, oh, sounds good, but you will have the fortissimo later. Tan tan ti ta tan 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 ti ta tan tan ta. Right? So everything is going to
Yeah.
there for the first half of the music, if you can think about. So
Yeah.
tan taran turun tun tururum porurum porum lantam pam pam lantam lanina tom pararam tum tururum tururum then tan tam lantam, and also harmony is going up and going up. Dun, dun, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then even became 6, 4. Dun, but, dun, but, bun, dun, la, dun, dun, ba, da, dun, bum, bum, but, dun, la, la, dun, dun, la, la, dun, la, la, dun, dun, la, 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 la. There's a tension of the rhythm too, right?
Yeah.
So I would think because of the harmony, dun 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 la 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 la, on top of that, after that section, it's transition to the next section of the fortissimo. So I would think long crescendo, the fortissimo.
Crescendo. Or-
Then you can make the longer phrase to go to and first time to showing them actual like marimba sounds like can be sick, right? So
Okay,
of course
yeah.
you can connect. And after that, peaceful place you were reaching it to. And I'm imagining like, do you know Super Mario or Mario? Old one. Maybe 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Like original one. Super Mario go to under the ocean, swimming suddenly until that he was running, getting the mushroom or fighting with mushroom and then finally go under the ocean. Ooh, slow.
It's really good. Imagine in my mind that for that section.
yes. You can imagine. Ooh, of course, don't need to change the tempo. Just change the feel. That thing you can do a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
All right, congratulations, David. Very nice.
Thank you, team. Thank you, Eriko.
My
So
pleasure,
much.
David. Great
Right.
working.
Quite interesting that
Thank
the squats have been mentioned twice.
I'm going to work
Yeah.
out that at the gym.
All right, nice one. Okay, we're going to go to Luis now. We're going to go to Venezuela.
No, Venezuela. Wow.
Hello.
I feel like I'm traveling so much today.
Yeah, you're traveling a lot. All right, this is Luis, and he has David for translator, who was on.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
before. So welcome.
And David. So Venezuela now.
Yes, yeah.
I'm so lucky to have many different people.
We are
Many
lucky to have the meeting with you.
Wow, nice to meet you.
All right, David, do you want to just give a quick rundown of? Actually, Lewis, do you want to tell Eriko a little bit about yourself and what you're going to play?
Okay. Hi, Eriko. I'm Luis. Soy integrante de la Orquesta Sinfónica Juan José Landaeta.
I'm currently percussionist of the Juan José Landaeta Symphony Orchestra.
Me encuentro cursando mis estudios de música en el Conservatorio de Música.
I'm studying at the Simón Bolívar Conservatory of Music.
Y actualmente pues me encuentro continuando mis estudios aquí en Caracas.
And I'm currently based on Caracas.
Great.
Voy a tocar Verano Porteño.
He will play Verano Porteño from Paris.
Wonderful. Yay, Luis! Great!
Thank you.
Wow! Great passion and great technique. I don't know how you don't miss the note in this piece.
¿Cómo no? Pero no.
So some stuff I can give you some advice, but you are doing great already. First, have you ever watched Piazzolla playing this piece?
¿Alguna vez has visto a Piazzolla tocando en el
Como una sola vez.
Once, only once.
Yeah. I recommend you to watch Piazzolla playing this piece with the violin and piano and bass, and really impressive. Like, you can watch on YouTube. You can check that. And usually, when I play something like arrangement piece, or when I arrange, of course I check the original again and again and again, then stop watching to build up my idea. I usually don't watch the marimba players' performance because naturally you'll be influenced by that. Once you decide to play, you should find your own voice yourself. But instead of that, for example, when I play, Ebian play Minorumiki or Akira Miyoshi, those, marimba repertoire, traditional repertoire, right? I check composer's other piece, orchestra piece, chorus, opera, Oh, okay. So please translate.
I'm translating at the same time as you talk.
Oh, wow, wonderful. Then you can get the ideas of color of the sounds, but not inspired by naturally inspiration. Getting inspiration is a very important thing. Yes, of course, we play marimba, of course, watch marimba music, but once you decide to play that piece, don't watch only one recording again and again. Then you can't hear your own voice. But again, listen to the Piazzolla's piece. So Piazzolla's this one or other music of Piazzolla playing Piazzolla. That will build up your DNA of the music. Make sense?
Yeah.
Then now, so that's a baseline. You have a great passion, I can tell that. But when we play solo, we need to be ultimate. It's different from playing chamber music or orchestra. When you play solo, you have to provide entire music by yourself. So you need to be extremely different kind of touch, extremely different type of the sounds, dynamics, everything. Of course, for the dynamics, depend on some music. It need to be same, not too much difference, but needs to be extreme touch. In a way. Extreme does not mean to be, I have to be exaggerate all the time. No, I don't mean that. Sorry. Excuse me. But for this fast Piazzolla groove, the strong pulse need to be required. There are rubato, there are ritardando, but those are not the total freedom. It needs to be happen inside of the pulse. Freedom in a tempo. Do you understand? Make sense?
Yeah.
And then, very beginning, la ti do rin, la la di, the zabari de bori di, do la do do di, do zabari de bora di, da di da bola di, da zabara di, lo di, da di da bo, bori da zabara da, do da di da da di da do da zabara da. I like to sing with some articulation, some word to make the understand the pronunciation of the sounds. Do you understand what I mean? So yeah, not only da da dan dan da 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 dan da da dan da 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 dan.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the first, if I think la li, it's piano, but you need to have that core of the tango, right? La li da rin, do la rin. So where, although it's in tempo, correct rhythm, where to place the rhythm, depending on that, music changed very much. So, for example, la ti da dan dan la ti da dan da di da do di ti da da dun ja ja dan da 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 versus la di da da do la di da za di di do di di da da do la di da da di di do la. Second one, I play some rhythm on purposely a little bit behind. This is a metronome. The center is here. Sometimes put here. Da da do la ti da di di da. No dan da da di di. Do you understand? Then you will get some tension, excitement. That's how you can play with the rhythm. And next, la da 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 ba da da pa, going to za ba da da si. We are aiming to go to C. No, la da 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 ha. Not busy for the glissando. So you need to know which note you are aiming to, which note you are singing most. Excuse me. So first, the rhythm, la di do da, with the piano, but excitement. No. This just now I play it da 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 da, but think about za da da di, za da da da, no da la da da, za da di da. Then next la da di za ba da da pa, going to the C. Aiming to the C. No. Don't get busy for the glissando. La di di da di da pa. No. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes.
Yes.
So you can think about, and then like la la di da 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 down 1 2 3 4 like da 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 tight rhythm and keep counting to keep the groove. After that, la la di do ram ba da di ran, touch tempo rubato, but in time, freedom in time. So that finally arriving to some quiet time, quiet parts, gently, and connected to la da di di da 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 la la di la la da 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 ding la di. Keep the pulse again, slow part, but still need to keep the pulse, like like from here. Keep the pulse. 3 4 1 2 3. Keep the pulse. One. Then you can connect to pulse. Oh, la, la, dee, la, and here the tremolo again. La la da da la 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 li li la 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 li da la la li li la li la 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 di da do da 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 di da da la 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 di da da la 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 di da di la la da la la la. This pulse, keep having that. Yeah, keep having that pulse. And la la da. Luis, you became a little bit weak in the tremolo. La la da. La la ba. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, so I cannot sing too much. But la la da la 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 la. So to Alison, the 2 before you were asking me about the tremolo. This for me is sustaining with so much energy. Yeah. But for you, I don't know. You are imagining like la la la, or you want to keep energy, or
¿Que estás tratando de mantener la energía o solamente tocar y
Pues
bajar un poquito?
tocar y bajar un poco.
He's thinking on play the note and then play the roll a little bit softer than the note. Da. He's thinking of that.
That's good idea too. But this is in the middle of the later you will have a la 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 da di da la di da 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 di da di da da di da da la 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 di la la di da da da, like as a melody line is coming, right? When you're sustaining, like after 76, you will have a 2 voicing for the melody line, right? So I wouldn't reduce the tremolo. Do you know?
Can you repeat? I'm sorry.
That from the 64, major 64, if you read la la dun, then suddenly energy became too weak. So keep the energy to go to the next.
Okay.
Then after 76, slightly faster, if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 more people, then one of them sustains the note. La 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 li la. La 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 li, but that's not possible because you're doing by yourself. So la 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 sub melody is happening inside of the sustaining the A, right? To share the first time appearance after a 64 melody line, you better sustain the tremolo strong. You understand what I mean? So check those, why those are happening, and do not lose the energy. To do that, of course, you need to keep strong pulse and make sure where you place a note, the rhythm shouldn't be always here. No.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to move on.
Yeah, we're going to have to move on. Sorry, Lewis. Well done, though. Congratulations.
Great playing.
All right. We're going to move now. Where are we? Hey, Rui. So we've got Rui. Hey.
Rui.
Yes.
Hi, Rui.
Okay. Do you want to say a little bit about yourself and what you're going to present? Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. Hello, Eriko. I come from China, and then now I study in Belgium. And actually, I study with Yibing. Do you remember? I study with Yibing now. Yes, Wang Yibing.
Oh, wow! My former student, Yibing.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yes, great.
Yeah.
I see. Great. She's wonderful. I love her very much.
Yes. Today, my video is Diamo Keiko Abe. Yeah.
Marimba d'amore.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. And this video is quite long, so I think we're going to just do the first 7 minutes, if that's all right, just to keep time down. Does that work for you, Eriko?
Yeah.
Up to her. What you want.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. Here we go.
Yes. Thank you, thank you.
Great, good work, Lulu. Nice. Great passion, great technique. Wonderful. Are you currently in Belgium right now?
Yes, I'm because I'm the master and my master class is in the Belgium. But I have I have class with Yibing online. Yeah. Yes.
I see. Great, great. She's wonderful. I love her. Very, very wonderful person, wonderful musician. Yes,
Okay,
very
I will talk for her. Yes.
great. Yes, yes. I'm so proud of her. Great.
Yeah.
So, Louis,
Yeah.
you have a great passion and yes, great technique again. But there are some stuff you really can start think about and work on.
Yeah.
First, you need to have the big view of the music.
Yeah.
One long phrase.
Yes.
Marimba d'amore
Yeah.
is Keiko Abe is kind of ultimate Keiko Abe, like special, like everything is a special music from her, but this is her life,
Yes.
her life with marimba.
Oh, yeah.
So for us, for all the who play marimba or percussion player, she's like coming the god of marimba, right? But
Yeah.
her life is not so, she said like love and hate is always together. I
Yeah.
love marimba because of that. Sometimes I hate marimba. Sometimes because of I love something
Yeah.
that my life miserable, So that's very passionate emotion this
Yeah.
piece has.
Yeah.
And we have to bring that up from the beginning till the end. Unfortunately, we couldn't work entire music, but from here I can already see. You need to think big view, not small. Yeah, of course we have to pay attention all single details. Of course,
Yeah.
we cannot forget about the view of a big view.
Yeah.
Where's the music going? Where's the climax? Where most excitement part, or excitement part with loud voice or with soft voice, or sad voice or happy voice, or many different kind
Yeah.
we have to bring up through the music.
Yes.
First, you need to think and calculate of your dynamics very much with this piece,
Yes.
because this piece is not short music. It's a little around 10 minutes or something, 11
Yes.
minutes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So you really need to calculate about your forte. I don't mean to one forte has to be loudest or something like that. No. Yes, it is also true. Yes, some forte can be louder than other forte.
Yeah.
But what I mean is more color of the sounds.
Yeah.
Color of the forte. Some
Yes.
can be red, some can be full orchestra, some can be just strings orchestra, sometimes blue kind of forte, sometimes green.
Yeah.
You can actually paint that music to see what kind of color of the forte and fortissimo you have. Paint
Yes.
the music. And you are actually missing so many pianissimo part.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have to, as long as we are playing someone's composition,
Yeah.
we have to follow the composer's idea.
Yeah.
And for this piece, Keiko Abe put a lots of dynamics changes.
Yeah.
I think because this piece is long, so she has a super clear idea of like this line of the music, right? If we
Yes.
don't follow,
Yeah.
it can't connect.
Yes.
Yes, and for example, page 11. This repetition of the 16th. Everything happening under pianissimo. They finally became piano.
Yeah.
Then connect to forte, right? But you play everything loud in here.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me. So
Yes.
piano does not mean to always soft voice and not so much passion. Piano can be super passionate
Yeah.
and it can be very emotional. You understand?
Yes.
Repetition of where am I going? Go back to the theme. La 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 pam pam la la da 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 da. Of course, in there you change the tempo in
Yeah.
the end of the page 11, but no change unless composer write.
Yes.
Keiko didn't write change the tempo, right? Don't change the tempo
Okay.
and the dynamics. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now I started from the back. So very beginning.
Yeah.
Ram, ram, tarim, ram, ram. It's already
Yes.
showing
Yeah.
theme of Piacere d'amore, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is the same,
Yeah.
but we have some darkness
Yeah.
because and then between we have something, right?
Yes.
And this you can think about your pulse. And again, there are many different type of the fortissimo forte dynamics. This
Yes.
has alto and fortissimo with this harmony, first time appearance of the fortissimo. So don't need to be too loud, but
Yeah.
need to have some meaning.
Yes.
And
Okay.
so tempo you created was a little too fast.
Yes.
Think about heartbeat of Keiko Abe. A little bit. She's more calm, but super passionate. Strong pulse. So so you can connect
Yes.
same time.
Yes.
La 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 la. Then now mix. Li la 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 li la. Party. Understand?
Yeah.
That's a beginning. That's a beginning.
Yes.
Then tarin tam lola. Oh, and one more thing.
Mm.
Our movement
Yeah.
directly affect to the sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, Keiko Abe put rest between that with a 4/4 downbeat in a C.
Yeah.
But this need to be connected. It's not totally separate thing, right? It's the same of the melody line. So we need to keep the energy. Drum, drum, la lang, not drum. Rest. Drum, la lang. If we do that, because of the movement, I'm not saying about the looking,
Yeah.
saying about the holding the energy.
Yes.
Hold energy. If you move so much,
Yeah.
energy is leaking.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hold. Tarang. Again, then keep that energy to tarang. Then next, tarang. A little bit closer. Tarang.
Yes.
La da ding. Same thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Control your body. I don't mean to, okay, I want to move like this, or not like that.
Yes.
That's fake.
Yes.
That's a different thing.
Yes.
Keep the energy of your chakra. Do you
Yeah.
understand the word chakra? Keep the chakra yourself, not
Yeah.
hold and then release when you need.
Yeah.
Decide the point of the releasing. And after that, you have dun 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 dun. Heartbeat. Still, it was too fast.
Yeah.
You can think about dun 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 dun, and still going at only mezzo piano.
Yeah.
So tiny bit crescendo, decrescendo, because in the music, you have a big one
Yeah.
phrase, right?
Yes.
Huge phrase.
Yes.
Inside of that, smaller crescendo decrescendo.
Yes.
Inside smaller. So each single note has different articulation, of course, different dynamics.
Yes.
But if you do everything like this, then you will break this huge line.
Yeah.
So the fast crescendo do you understand?
Yes. Understand.
Hold. Then la la li la li la lan tan tenuto la not suddenly change the tempo.
Yeah.
Started talking about the life of her. Gentry. And then after this section, then became forte, but
Yeah.
not ta
Mm.
that's still introduction, beginning of the music.
Yeah.
Then became ta keeps a pause.
Yeah.
Then sorry, espressivo tremolo on that page 7 keeps a pause. La la di da la keeps a pause. Bresta. You understand? No unnecessary space in everywhere.
Yeah.
That break the big view.
Yes.
And the dictando la 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 li, la 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 la. Can I share one thing?
Yeah.
So from that transition, you can connect 1, 2, 3, 1. This
Yes.
trend became
Yeah.
the baseline. Yeah. So
Yes.
that connection, transition everywhere. You
Yeah.
need to think about. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Well done, Ruru. Nice one.
Yeah.
Really
Thank
great.
you. Yeah.
Great. All right. So we've just got one more remaining. We've been everywhere. We've been Colombia, Mexico, Venezuela. We've been to Belgium. Now we're gonna go to Germany
Wow.
to feature a Polish percussionist.
Wow.
Paulina, hey.
Hi. Actually, today we're in Poland. To
we're
everyone's
in Poland.
surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm spending the week here in Poland gigging, but the video you will see was actually taken in Germany, so it's kind of half and half.
Great.
All right. Great. Should we crack on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Foreigner Vietnam, beautiful playing.
Thank you.
Very beautiful. Great.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and well, you have a very great idea of the music, and the touch you have is super beautiful. I like it. I enjoyed truly.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you. That's very nice.
and this piece is Whisper of Cypress's Spray of Water. So the title is already saying the atmosphere of the music, right? And you are showing that very well. But I was wondering if you can do that sharing that a bit of passion with more, changing the dynamics and even more different touch yourself. It's you already doing great, but I was missing a little bit of here to become a little more open.
Okay. But you
Yeah.
mean kind of, do you mean it's through music or through stage presence?
Music, of course, with
Okay.
music,
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
which you can, of course, change by touch, which also you can change by dynamics, because this piece is not only the pianissimo part, you have a forte too,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You can pronounce a little bit deeper voice for some part, I think. Mostly you are just beautifully singing in a surface line of the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you have a deeper, some theater voice inside of that, then you would probably have more variety of the sound and make the music even more interesting and attractive.
Right. But you mean that mostly for louder parts? So,
Especially louder part,
Mhm.
but soft part as well.
Okay.
Yeah, whispering and also soft. Soft does not equal always soft touch.
Mm-hmm.
Soft touch, but can be deeper touch too. Not
Yeah.
only surface. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yes. That you can think about. And the other thing, most of the time you have a very good pulse, but some part, I think with this music, you can pull a little bit for the pulse, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Especially for when you have like something more juicier harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to be the metronome set.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, we need to have a pulse that continuously, not like suddenly fast or suddenly slow. Of course, need to be continuous. But sometimes we can pull, like for example, around the 14, 15, 16th measure,
Mm-hmm.
that you can have some a little bit pull instead of just straight. Or it was actually a bit faster became.
Okay. Can you just give me a second? I need to look at the score.
Of course, of course.
Bar 15, 16.
Yes.
With okay.
Are you doing that on purposely to playing fast suddenly?
Pam 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 pam. That's the moment you mean with the 9/8 and then then the
Yes.
roll in pianissimo.
Down there.
Right. Yes, my idea was actually to make it push a bit forward because of also these more interesting rhythmic relations. Because before that we just had eighth notes, which were kind of flowing, but there wasn't anything to contrast them. And now in the same bar, we had these triplet feel eighth notes, and then they were contrasted with these hemiolas. So
I
the
understand.
idea was to just actually push it a bit forward because of that.
I see. Yeah, you can do that, but for me, there are two certain, especially you have triplets, then different rhythm. So like around 11, no, 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Then change the rhythm 14. Then became the different section on the 24, right? Go to the different section at 24.
Yes.
So it's for me, it's kind of slow
Yeah,
difference.
this is actually also what I felt, and it's interesting because I was recording this a few months ago, and at that time I totally didn't notice it also when watching the video. But now that I watched it with you after a few months, I also noticed that I did not keep such a stable tempo relation, and I wasn't aware of that actually.
Yeah. Well, but that's all great. You noticed, and Yes, if you make it faster in the tempo, yeah, sure. But think about the big view of the music. This is the first half, and going to obvious decrescendo end of the one section. Do you really want to push the tempo in there?
Right.
Suddenly
Hmm.
it's more going down and release fast statement. You understand what I mean? So
Yes,
that's
yes.
maybe keeps the pulse, even plays a little bit slower.
Hmm.
Might be more interesting or more natural, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see. I
Yeah,
see your
for the
point.
music. Yes. And then one more thing for Inem. You have to be careful of how your energy chakra go through the mallets.
Hmm.
When you were praying, it was very beautiful touch. Then when you have a rest, often you relax too much.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course, your body needs to relax, but your energy needs to be inside of the music.
Hmm.
The rest is a part of the music,
Hmm.
not a relaxing moment, and not forget about the energy. Especially changing the harmony to somewhere. Technically, sometimes we have to release our muscle, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to move a little bit differently than what we want. But you always need to think about your chakra, the energy power goes to the next line. Of course, depending on the music. Sometimes we totally change the atmosphere to dramatic way. We have to release the energy to go next.
Hmm.
Most of the time we need to connect. I don't mean to you need to know how to move. No, I don't mean to plan to okay from here to here I do move like this. No, I don't mean that. But keep in your mind every single move connect to your energy and the music.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah. So do you mean more like staying present within playing, even if I'm not playing, in a way?
exactly yes, and think about the rest as a music too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, and then for dynamics,
Bless you.
thank you. Uh, you have many different well you have most of the time soft touch on here, right?
Yeah.
You can decide what kind of instrument is this one or what kind of color.
Hmm.
Not everything is same touch, you know.
Yeah.
And then yes, and then page 22,
Hmm.
37, 38.
Yes.
Listen carefully. You do super beautiful 30 seconds
Hmm.
with crescendo, right?
Hmm.
But it became an eighth note with a two voicing.
Hmm.
Of course, naturally, pressure of the sound's gonna be bigger. You understand what I mean? The depth of
Hmm.
the sound is gonna be deeper.
Right.
Two voicing, right?
Yeah.
But it's obvious composer wants crescendo, then decrescendo to 39 from 37. You understand what I mean?
Okay. So that the crescendo goes actually into the new section.
That's what I think.
Okay.
But how you pray was da-da-da-da-da-da. No, I mean decrescendo. Then keep that volume, not suddenly loud in 38.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean, and I think I know why I played it the way I played it. Probably because I wanted to phrase the eighth notes so that they are not just boring rhythm, because I also feel like the eighth notes finish the section that's before, and that the next section is actually something entirely new because of a new harmony, because the D major changes into the B major.
Yes, but it's not a big change. Yes, keep going.
Yeah, and that's why I think I kind of extracted this phrase in a way so that it was not connected to what was happening before. Probably that was my reasoning. I don't know. It was a few months ago.
Yeah. It's always nice to have the deciding why you play like that and find a way of why those notes are existing in here. For me, this pattern is obviously coming from the before and after this rhythm pattern, and this voicing became simplified to this pattern. There is nothing we need to play suddenly loud.
Okay.
It's very simple, and going to B major from D, it's not big change,
No, not a huge change, right?
Yeah, and also do you make the good crescendo, decrescendo, and then before that, and then suddenly you volumed up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Important,
Doesn't really make sense.
You can make it just sensitive, and you say you wanted to state that it's not. Is there any way to state that without playing loud? Of course.
Yeah, of course. Maybe playing more with timing.
With timing or
with touch.
Absolutely. Right? So you don't need to think about, I want to play this, to, transition, so need praise loud. No, not like A equal A, You can always think about how to connect. Because if you look at that part only, then sure, yeah. This is A note, suddenly from 30 seconds, yes, play loud. No. You have to think about the big view of the music, then how to connect. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Then you can, connect even better and bring that to the next key change, B major.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And then, the ending, at the major 46. You made sudden, within this small phrasing, Kratzo was very obvious. He wants long crescendo in there. I was wondering how it can be if you don't make decrescendo and crescendo within that line. It would be difficult to, it's more natural for us to make some decrescendo right before. I think you made it right before to third beat of the 47.
48. Yeah, or 47, yeah. Yes, exactly. When it changes to just the second pattern.
Yeah, yes. But I was wondering, does it really necessary? Because he doesn't put so much dynamic changes in this piece. But he put clearly long crescendo in here. So, and with this kind of music, it's controlling to long crescendo is even harder than. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
So probably it would be sounds more natural and appreciated if you followed composers written in there.
Okay.
I know you have a great touch and you have a good technique, but with that, just follow the music. Just follow the composer right.
Okay. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be.
That's actually, yes. It's always we do sometimes, but you know what? It's so important to do many things first.
Sorry? Can you repeat?
it's very important for us to try many possibility,
Mm-hmm.
then erase, go
Yeah.
back to origin. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
in 2 months ago, you say recorded this one.
No, it was in December actually. Okay, it was half a year ago. So
So you would play differently. You
Yeah.
grow up and you know you have a more musical DNA you probably gained already. So you would play differently. So you know, for example, when I play Chacon for first time, I add a lot of notes. I was inspired by the Sony Brahms and you know orchestra version and check everything and jazz player version. You know, put all the makeup what I have and put all the accessory I have. Then last week I played just simple one, original.
Right, yeah.
Then you know better actually.
Mm-hmm.
So Paulina, the direction, the steps you had with this piece, the journey you had with this piece is great. But yes, go back to the original.
Okay, got it.
Yes, then very end, he put accent with, excuse me, accent with not downbeat.
Mm-hmm.
That must have some meaning, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that can change the color. I probably would try to make crescendo and four voicing together to
Mm-hmm.
play instead of just you did like crescendo decrescendo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crescendo going to this whispering but
Mm-hmm.
strongly saying something decrescendo might might be you know more
Yeah, yeah. It's a different. Leaves a different impression. You're right.
yeah
Yeah.
that thing you can pay a little bit more attention.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Great playing, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well done, Paulina. Excellent work. We are just about out of time. So, Eriko, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been brilliant. It's good to see that your voice is not completely destroyed.
You too.
Yeah, I know. All right, so I'm going to end the stream. The next session, we don't have one on Saturday, but on Wednesday, a week today, same time, same place, we've got Colin Curry here.